Hello and welcome to Center Stage Music Center's video blog. I'm piano instructor Kelby. Today we'll be taking a look at a NYSSMA Level 2 piece titled Minuet in G major. It's originally attributed to J.S. Bach. I think that's what you'll see in the NYSSMA manual, but now we think it might be by his student Christian Petzold. So depending on what edition you get in your score, you might see one or two different names. Couple things about this piece: make sure that you execute the legato and staccato passages accurately. Make sure that you do the repeats. Now this is an interesting question. Some adjudicators don't mind if you don't take the repeats, some do. What I would do at home is practice it both ways, and then when you get to NYSSMA, ask the adjudicator which they would prefer. Some, for time's sake, will just say go through the whole thing without repeats because they want to, like I said, save time. Some want to make sure that you're reading the music properly and doing exactly what the composer says, which is taking the repeats. So adjudicator aside, you should be following the music and taking the repeats, but again, it's always helpful to ask. Okay. Another thing that you will notice in your score there are ornaments, things such as trills, little things like that, mordents, and a whole bunch of other things that you may or may not see in your edition. During the Baroque era, these ornaments were optional, so a lot of times composers wouldn't write them in. Later editions, publishers or editors, they would add these things in. So, like I said before, you have to make sure that you're doing them according to your score. Again, that's a thing you can ask the adjudicator if they care if you ornament or not. Some will not mind because it is truly optional and sometimes improvised. Some will care because if it's written in the music, and that's the music you're using, then maybe you should be following the music. So again, it's always helpful to ask, but also, you want to be able to play these things too, so it's good to practice these things at home. The edition that I have right now does not have any ornaments written in, but you will probably hear me play a couple ornaments that I have seen in other scores before. The other thing is dynamics. In your score, you might get different dynamics. You might not get any dynamics written in your score. During Bach's time, the Baroque era, the keyboard instruments then, the harpsichord, clavichord, and the organ, they couldn't play different dynamics. They stayed at one dynamic level. You could bang on the keys all you wanted, wouldn't play any louder. You could touch it really soft, same thing, wouldn't get any softer. So they didn't write any dynamics in for keyboard works. That came later again with editors and publishers changing things. So every edition might be a little different. You want to go through it, go through your edition, and make sure that you're showing that the dynamics that you have in your edition are accurate. Okay, and this will get you the most points at NYSSMA. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a listen. So there you have it, Minuet in G minor by Bach or possibly Christian Petzold. Happy practicing and good luck at NYSSMA.